Namaste everyone. Welcome to Radiant Souls. I'm Anjali and joining me today is Jyoti.
Hi Anjali, I'm
Hi
Jyoti Keswani here.
Jyoti. We are here to talk about the mystic sound, the mystic word, or the mystic syllable Om. I'm sure most of us have recited Om at some point or other, or we have at least uttered the word Om, right? So let's see the relevance of this word. Om is a cosmic sound. It is the primordial sound which was heard at the time of creation. So, Jyoti, can you please?
Yes, it is a very sound of creation and it is inherent in us. It comes as default. For example, even a mute person can utter the sounds of oo, and m.
Yeah, it is the root sound. You're right. It is a root sound of uh, all the other sounds. It's from where all the languages and other sounds have stemmed. Let me tell you what Indian philosophy has to say about Om. According to Hindu philosophy, Om is a vibration, a universal vibration, with which the creation commenced. The Mandukya Upanishad explains the relevance of Om in detail. It also gives us the states of consciousness, the four states of consciousness, which are reflected in Om. So, according to this Upanishad, Om is the designator or the name for Brahman. Brahman or Ishvara or ultimate reality or the absolute or ultimate truth, whatever you want to call it. So, Om is the designator for the ultimate reality. So, this Upanishad begins with the mantra I read Om itidat aksharam idam sarvam. Om is everything. Om is imperishable. All that was in the past, all that is now, in the present, all that will be in the future, all that is Om. Because Om has no past, present, and future, the universal has no time. Everything in the world is designated by a name, right? So, for example, when you say Jyoti, I can think of this Jyoti before me. When I say Anjali, that's me. Or, of course, these are particular. There can be several Anjalis and several Jyotis. But when you think of mountain, mountain is a particular form. River is a particular form. So, every time you utter a name, the form comes into your mind, right? Similarly, when you utter the word Om, the form, the universal form or the Ishvara comes to your mind. Now, why Om? Why not any other name? Why not God? Why doesn't God suffice? The word God or Ishvara or Brahman suffice? Why do we have to have this Om? So, the Upanishad explains that Om is the primordial sound, right? It's a universal sound, and to explain or to uh, designate or to indicate the universal form, we need a universal language. Any other language will be particular or it will be local. For example, uh, when we talk in English, not everybody in the world will be talking English, right? It's not universal, it's particular, it's local. Similarly, any language which um, you know is giving you the words like for particular forms is limited to describe or to designate the universal form, the ultimate reality. So hence we need a universal language. Now which other universal language can it be but that which commenced at the time of creation or which was there at the time of creation? Hence the word Om to describe the universal form.
Vinita is asking what is the significance of Om in yoga philosophy? And also there's one Nikita Singh. So first you can take up her question. What is the significance of Om? As it is you're speaking about philosophy, so it will be
Okay,
easier for you to
so
continue that.
in yoga philosophy, Om is an integral part of yoga philosophy. what first let us understand why do we practice yoga. Jyoti, can you help us with telling what is yoga? I mean, at least a
Yeah.
layman
Yes.
explanation or something.
Yeah. Uh, Anju, yoga, in fact, is a discipline. It is a way of life, and it is a holistic philosophy. It's a philosophy, and it involves holistically the entire body, like the mind, the soul. So it is physical, mental, as well as spiritual. So this is with a brief introduction about yoga. Here, Anjali, you can go ahead.
Okay, so that's true, Jyoti, but why do we practice yoga is exactly this, so that we can still the modifications of our mind. Rishi Patanjali tells yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So the stilling of the modifications, the mental modification, the thought processes of the mind is yoga. Now, why do we need to still these thought processes? Because unless we still the mind, unless we still the thought processes, we cannot experience the absolute. So, the ultimate goal is to experience the absolute. For that, we need to still the mind. Now, there are many obstructions in our path. Whatever you're doing, it's not going to be a smooth sailing, right? So even in path of yoga, there are many obstructions, obstacles, or hindrances. They may come in form of our emotions or disease or lassitude or anything. So at such time, what happens? The mind tends to falter. There's no concentration. If you're not able to concentrate, how are you going to practice? So to bring the mind in that concentrated form, you need to focus it on something. So Rishi Patanjali explains that you can focus or train the mind to focus on Ishvara, that is the ultimate being. And he tells us in Sutra 128, the chapter, 127, that Tasya Vachak Om, meaning how do you uh, focus or think of Ishvara? You think of him through his name, through his designator, which is Om. In the next sutra, he tells us to recite and contemplate on the meaning of Om. So, constant recitation and contemplation is recommended by Rishi Patanjali in Yoga Sutras. With constant recitation and repetition and contemplation, you will be able to get the concentration required for the practice of yoga. So, yes, it is very relevant in yoga philosophy. It's an integral part of yoga philosophy. Apart from this, of course, these are spiritual or psychological or mental benefits. There are physiological benefits also attached to Om chanting. Jyoti, please highlight that. Throw some light on these things.
Yeah, thank you, Anju. And before I start with the physiological benefits, there are questions like Aishwarya Iyer. She's asking, the chanting of Om is always supposed to evoke a peaceful vibration. Can you explain how and why? And so, coming to that, Aishwarya, I would, before answering your question, I would like to give you a brief introduction. See, our human body, whenever we, in a simple layman language, if I tell you, whenever we are angry, what we do, supposing you are angry at something, your breath gets affected. Like you have a shallow breathing or you have a rapid breathing. Now, what happens is our mind is connected to our breath. So, whenever there is any disturbance in our mind, whether it's anger or any other emotion, it first affects our breathing. And what is the main role of breathing? Breathing will deliver the oxygen to each and every cell of the body, to all the tissues of the body. So oxygen and food material is going through that. Main is oxygen going through respiration. Now, whenever our breathing is affected, the cells are not getting enough oxygen. So the cells who are in the normal state of homeostasis. What is homeostasis? It is a balance of everything having optimum, neither maximum nor minimum. Everything is optimum. And when everything is optimum, our body functions at its best. Our body functioning goes haywire only if the levels go to maximum or minimum level. So
Yes.
whenever your breath is getting affected, the oxygen which is reaching your tissues is not in an optimal level. It is not in the normal level. So it's going in a less way. So the cells are not very comfortable with the less of amount of oxygen. So it is here that because of the mind, and since now the cells are not getting enough oxygen, the through it is here that we start with the diseases and some imbalances in our body. Now, so in order to have a balance, our mind, we have to control our mind and breath. Now, this is what, here comes the role of Om meditation, how it helps us in our physiological benefit. So, whenever we are chanting Om, now Om is a syllable which is a universal sound, as Anju had explained everything. So, now chanting, it is actually used to promote spiritual growth and emotional healing. Now, Om chanting is a powerful form of chanting which has gained popularity in the recent years because of its popular positive effects on mental health. Now, this reciting the Om mantra, it's believed to produce vibration which promote a sense of tranquility and calmness. So, how does it happen? Is our nervous system, it has the sympathetic as well as the parasympathetic nervous system. So now that both the systems, they have opposite roles to play. Now, when you say the sympathetic nervous system, it is everything hyper, your heart rate is increasing and you are anxious, you're stressed. And when you're speaking of the parasympathetic system, it is a main system which will help you to relax and digest and very much sleep. So when you are practicing Om meditation, the brain in our brain there are waves, the alpha waves, beta waves, delta waves, and theta waves. Out of which the alpha and theta waves, they are helping you in relaxation, the deep relaxation and meditation, self-awareness, etc. So when we are doing Om meditation, we are in fact stimulating our parasympathetic nervous system, which in turn will reduce the stress hormones cortisol, whereas the sympathetic nervous system will produce more of the stress hormones. So now the stress hormones are controlled, like they will be decreased with the help of the parasympathetic nervous system, and this nervous system is activated while we are doing Om meditation. And as a result of it, we have a sense of feeling of calmness. Our mind becomes more alert. We are more accurate in our mind. We have more uh, easier ways of taking decision making. So our cognitive functions, what are cognitive functions? They are actually M, A, and C, memory, attention, and concentration. So all these will definitely improve because our parasympathetic nervous system is being activated. We are under relax and digestion mode. So everything, whatever we have eaten also will be digested better and it's better digestion. So, there is something known as gut-brain axis. A better digestion will make you a better person by making your mental clarity and coordination more. And as a result, you will be active as well as aware of everything what is happening. So this is what will be creating mindfulness in you. What is mindfulness? It's being in the present, but with a mental clarity and a faster way to make decisions and enhance your memory and concentration. So, Anju, what do you have to say? Or are there
So,
many other questions? Yes.
Nitesh here is asking if we can share a specific experience where chanting Om had a profound impact on your practice. So, yes, I have been practicing yoga for more than 15 years, maybe, and teaching since more than 10 years. Uh, every day, chanting Om is a new experience for me. uh, I think this is something which you need to experience for yourself. So maybe towards the end of our session, we'll do a short meditation session, and you can experience for yourself the profound impact of Om chanting.
Yes. Now, Anju, there is a question.
Yeah.
Um, just a moment. It is by Gayatri Nair. Are there any specific studies or research supporting the benefits of chanting Om on mental and physical well-being? Gayatri, this is a very good question because as it is, many research, even by scientists, have been done, but still they are still in the process of doing lots of research. And
Yes.
whenever they are doing this research, they are taking up people like control people, number of people like who are under the effect of Om meditation, and there are some people who are just under any other sound therapy, or else the group which is not going undergoing any meditation or so what here I have a paper which says that studies have shown that Om chanting has a significant impact on different aspects of mental health. For example, a study conducted by the University of South California found out that chanting Om for 12 minutes at rhythmic intervals can significantly reduce the levels of stress and improve mental well-being. And similarly, another study conducted by the University of Nevada found that Om chanting can be an effective intervention in reducing depression and anxiety. Then there is one more below which says that research conducted by the National Institutes of Health found that reciting Om for 6 minutes can significantly improve concentration and mental clarity. So it also found a study conducted by University of Minnesota found that Om chanting can significantly reduce insomnia, and sleep disorders. However, this study reported mixed results for reducing anxiety levels. So, certain schools of thought have researched, they find it better for anxiety and depression, whereas certain schools have researched it, they find it's good for anxiety levels. So, there are n number of, vast number and various number of research conducted, and that is why they have come to a simple conclusion that definitely it acts on our nervous system as well as endocrine system, and as a complementary medicine, not only prophylactic and therapeutic. Prophylactic
Yes.
means preventive, and therapeutic means treatment. It helps. It will boost it along with the complementary treatment which you are doing for the disease. So mostly n number of disease, or almost quite a large number of disease, can be uh, helped to, like you can weaken the symptoms, etc., and have a better quality of life, along with you practicing Om meditation just for 10 to 20 minutes along with your the traditional medicine or whatever medicine you are having for that disease. Yes, Anju?
Okay, that was quite informative. Wow. Yes, there have been several researchers, like you highlighted, that prove that Om meditation is in fact quite effective in uh, healing a lot of problems or conditions. Also, if you notice that when we recite Om, the entire sound box vibrates. Say, if you say A or B or C, those kind of sounds, you will feel the vibration in only part of the vocal cords. But when you're chanting Om, it's the whole sound box which is vibrating, and this vibration is what helps you in healing and connecting with the absolute. That's what one question was, right? What role does Om play in connecting with one's inner self or higher consciousness? Asked by Jenny. So, Jenny, when you are chanting Om, you're thinking of the universal form, and that is what you need to connect to, right? The higher consciousness. By reciting, chanting, and contemplating on that word Om, it helps you to connect. It is something which you need to practice to experience. Shall we do a session? Yeah?
No, Anju, just a moment. There's
Oh, yes.
Alisha. There's Alisha, and she is asking me, "Ki Jyoti, as a registered pharmacist, you
Oh,
have
that's
turned into
interesting.
a you have turned into a yoga therapist. How do you integrate your medical background with holistic wellness practices like yoga?" Thank you, Alicia, for asking this question. And my answer to this would be, as it is, see, I am a pharmacist, so I know that each and every medicine, whatever I have studied during my entire pharmacology subject, that each and every medicine in allopathy has a side effect, different side effects, because along with the therapeutic effect or whatever treatment is doing, but finally these are chemicals, these are not natural things. So these are produced in the lab, and those chemicals, when introduced into the body, will definitely produce some side effects. So what we can do is with the help of this yoga, I can, if I have a client who is suffering from any disease and is under medication, I will try to make her whatever side effects she has little lesser by incorporating this what you say calmness in their life, and by even if I'm, for example, this Om meditation or other relaxation technique, like for example, in hypertension, that is high blood pressure or cardiac problems, what do I do for my clients? The first thing I do is to give them lots of relaxation techniques. I do not go to them for asanas, pranayams, etc. Food part, of course, the person is advised to avoid spicy, oily food. But the greatest way to control cardiovascular disorders, respiratory disorders, blood pressure, the normal things, is to have relaxation. And of course, they can incorporate walks, etc., because walks play an important role. Within 1 week of proper walking, they can see they improve their stamina and their levels and their blood pressure levels coming to normal. But the Om meditation and Shavasana and Yoga Nidra, etc., all relaxation techniques are definitely going to improve and bring about their blood pressure to normal along with the medicines. So, in this way, like when the side effects are there, so how we have to, in yoga, there is something known as Gyan Bhav. So when I have my clients and those who are under this medication, what I can tell them, like with their grandma, I can make them understand what are the trigger factors which are causing them these side effects, and the trigger, and what are the trigger foods. So if they have a better Gyanba or awareness, so definitely they are going to uh, decrease those triggers and have a better improved lifestyle. Also, there are certain times like they know the body best, so they can know, okay, in their body what are the changes occurring. Like for example, even if it is a simple cold, when the upper respiratory tract from the nose, you have some watering of the nose, etc. If they control over there itself, it is no need that the infection will go down. So that is Gyan Bhav, awareness, like come to know there and there you started rather than improving. I mean, the disease progressing further. So, in this way, like along with the medicines, as a yoga therapist, I always prefer that my clients they can cope up better, have a better quality of life by reducing their symptoms and avoiding more of trigger factors. So more of these, so they will be having flare-ups only very less, but uh, controlled and a good quality of life in between those flare-ups. So in this way, I can incorporate. Yes, Anjali, you wanted to do the meditation? Yes.
Yes, I was thinking, Mariam, I'm sorry, I'm going to answer your question later. Just a little announcement before we start the meditation session. After the meditation, we will not be answering any questions. You just leave the meeting once you are done. Try to keep your eyes closed throughout the practice. If you are not comfortable, then you can open your eyes, but keep them focused at one point so that there isn't too much distraction. Sit in a comfortable position. If you're sitting on a chair, sit with your legs parallel, spine erect, shoulders relaxed, and chin parallel to the floor. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. You can make Gyan Mudra, so join the thumb, the tip of the thumb, and the forefinger, the other three fingers straight, and you can keep them on your thighs. Close your eyes. Now focus on your breath. Observe your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Feel the cool air on the tip of your nose as you inhale and the warm air as you exhale. Now, as you inhale, take a deep breath and chant one big O. Om. Keeping your eyes closed, we will chant the Om 5 times. In all the 5 reps, the R sound will be longer than the M sound. Take a deep breath. Ah. Keeping your eyes closed, feel the vibrations of Om. Now in the next 5 reps, the M sound will be longer and the R sound will be shorter. Take a deep breath. Om. 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 Try to keep your eyes closed. Now take the focus to your abdomen area, to the navel area. Observe your abdomen, observe the navel. Focusing on the navel area, we chant the R sound, only the R sound thrice. Take a deep breath. Keeping the eyes closed, shift the focus to the center of your chest. Focusing on the center of the chest, we chant the O sound thrice. Take a deep breath. Now shift the focus to the center of your eyebrows, the third eye spot. Focusing on the center of the eyebrows, we chant the M sound, the humming sound thrice. Take a deep breath. In the next 3 reps, we chant 1/3 A, 1/3 U, and 1/3 M. So the full Om divided into 3 parts: A, U, and M. Take a deep breath. Your eyes closed, feel the vibrations of Om. Now we chant Om silently, that is in the mind. So 3 silent Oms. Stay with your eyes closed. If you're wearing glasses, please remove them. Slowly rub your palms together. Once you feel they are nice and warm, gently cup your eyes. Please lower your hands down. We end this session here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Try and remain within yourself now.